I'm about to hear Bill McKibben and the president of the Maldives speak. And if you notice, Bill McKibben's crew is all youth. Pretty awesome. Woo!
Friends, thank you all enormously for being here. Now I'm going to start not with inspiration, but with a little update from the Bella Center, because you guys need to know what's going on. It's a remarkable day over there with considerable chaos. And much of the chaos is a good kind of chaos, because many of our champions, including President Nasheed, are doing everything they can to make sure that that 350 number is in the text. It disappeared for a while over the weekend. There are 100 nations that support it. They're trying to get it back in. They're working incredibly hard. It's gridlock over there. The best estimate so far is that 300,000 people a year already die from the effects of global warming. That's like sending 3 big jumbo jets crashing into the earth every day. And yet, because they're poor people in distant places, not much attention. So let's ask ourselves, what kind of world our leaders want? It's not a rhetorical question. We can tell what kind of world they want because there is a team here in Copenhagen from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. And they have a terrific computer program that allows people every night at the end of the negotiations to sit down and plug in the numbers for what the countries have committed. So when China says we will reduce the energy intensity of our economy 40% by 2020, plug it in. When the US says we will reduce our carbon emissions 17% by 2020, well, the first case, don't pay attention to that because they're playing with the numbers. When you go back to 1990 levels, they're offering a 4% reduction from 1990 levels. Plug that in. When the Indians and the Japanese and the Bolivians and the Maldivians, whatever they offer, plug it in. And you can push a button on that computer, and a couple of seconds later, it tells you how much carbon that'll mean for the atmosphere. When they pushed the button last night, when you add up all the promises that our leaders are making, and they're not very big promises, when you add them all up, the number that the computer spits out is, in 2100, the atmosphere around us will contain not 350 parts per million, not 390 parts per million, 770 parts per million. If that's not literally hell, then it'll have a very similar temperature. Okay? That's what our leaders want as of today. This is not some secret science that we only possess at 350.org and have not told anybody else about. This is American government science that we're building on. American taxpayers paid for the research that allowed us to understand this 350 number. They know it just as well as we do. So the question becomes, what are we going to do about it? And I think there's only one thing to do, and I think that that thing is to build a movement.